university, you will be looking like a fool. Everybody from other universities are going to empower you.
Too much guap, bands, bellow, foreign, tan. She ignored that man, fucking with me, handstand. I can't lie, she got that good, but that girl, bad.
Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy T back with another video, the first video of 2020. Let's go. Today we're going to be talking about a very important thing, which to be honest, I'm recording this as if I needed to listen to this myself after going through this whole process with university, because you know it is a big step, and you know there's a lot of confusion that goes around. And yeah, so I'm just going to shed light on my thought process on how you can be able to choose the right university for you. In this video, we're going to be talking about 6 main things: choosing what to study, thinking about what you want your career to be like, reality and expectations, rankings, vibe check, as well as your finances. So let's get straight into the video. Starting off, choosing what to study. Now obviously this is a huge question, and you need to look at things with the bigger picture. You gotta look at things like your hobbies, you know. A nice simple thing, the way I thought about mine was, I looked at YouTube. I was like, okay, what am I watching on YouTube? What things am I really interested in? Is there a way I can study something related to this type of content that I'm consuming, or you know, anything like that? So for me personally, I realized that I'm really into a lot of these economic videos, you know, breaking down like world economies and everything and economic policies. So I thought, okay, maybe that's something I want to study in the future. Another thing is, you have to look at what you're good at in school. Now obviously, if you're great at maths and you also love physics or something like that, you can combine the two, and then you can say, okay, I'm good at these 2 things, I'm also interested in, maybe I should study. For me personally, I was really good at economics, and I loved economics, and I used to study in my free time by watching YouTube videos. So I was like, okay, I know economics is something that I want to be involved in whatever I study. And lastly, I'd say a big thing is to ask your teachers, you know. You spend so much time with your teachers. They have such a good eye to tell you like what they think your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. And if you combine your strengths with the things that you're interested in, and as well as what you're doing good in school, it's a winning combination, because at the end of the day, that's going to help you succeed in the future and decide to what to choose to study. And also, I think a big tip is what I use for me, is what my guidance counselor told me, is that you basically can start off with what you don't want to do. So for example, I knew I did not want to be a doctor. Scratch that out. I knew I didn't want to be a lawyer, because F that. Scratch that out. I hate reading. I just hated a lot of things. And I decided, no, I can't do this, and it kind of narrows it down. Number 2 on the list is thinking about your career. So now once you've found out what type of area you want to study in, now I think you should start thinking about your career and how best is your studies going to aid you in getting to that point in your career. So for example, if you're someone who wants to be an entrepreneur, you know, studying something like a BCom is going to help you in your career, because you're going to understand the fundamentals of a business and how to run a business, which will then help you to get a job, and then it will help you create your own business. And
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And all that type of stuff. So something like this, you know, it's much easier to vision a career in a path on what you study, you know what I mean? That being said though, a lot of the time, to a lot of these people that I've talked to, they tend to change careers after their BCom. Because a lot of people say that, you know, a bachelor's degree doesn't really matter, because you know the job market's constantly evolving. So you don't need to stress too much that if you're studying something that doesn't necessarily have a direct link to a certain career, that's fine, because at the end of the day, there's gonna be, I think, what's the statistics, like 50% of the jobs in the future haven't even been created yet. Number 3 is going to be expectation. Oh, gents, I passed my maths exam with 35. Yes, bro. I'm going places, bro. Trust. I'm gonna be a doctor, and I'm gonna go to Harvard. Yeah, watch. Yo, gents. I got my Harvard results for my application. Let's see.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Now listen, guys. Don't chow yourself, because I'm telling you, keep your expectations realistic. And what I mean by that is that if you're out here chowing 30s for every single subject, and you're thinking you're gonna be able to go overseas, to go to Harvard, like, no, you gotta relax, okay? Because you're only setting yourself up for heartbreak. Realistically, you have to go check on the uni's website, check their requirements, and see, okay, I wanted to do a BCom, but I didn't have the maths. I took maths lit. If you really want to do it, you gotta look, okay, what can I do to be able to get there? Maybe I take a year course. Maybe I do VC and then transfer to a university or something like that, you know? Because anything is possible, and if you're really dedicated and you really know what you want to do, then you'll be able to do it. Another thing that's really important is to make sure you have 3 different categories, you know? You have the ones that you're kind of pretty sure you're going to get into, your safety. You're gonna have your moderate one, which is kind of like, you know, it's a good chance, but you're not really sure. And then you've got your reaches, which is like, you know what, like, I'll be lucky to get in there. It's possible. Not the greatest chance though, but it's possible. Because when you put it out like that, you can set your expectations to say, okay, if I get rejected from my reach school, it's not that big of a deal, because I knew that was going to be a bit of a stretch, you know? You mentally prepare yourself for these type of things. So number 4 is the rankings, and I don't think this matters too much, but for me, personally, like, you know, I had the opportunity to go study anywhere because I did the IB. So what mattered to me is the university I want to, it needs to be slightly competitive, and it needs to be able to provide a challenge, you know? So that's what was something important to me. And if that's not important to you, then it's cool. But what's important to me is that I'm going to a university that's highly regarded, you know? Because it could give you more opportunities to work. It could give you more opportunities to transfer to different universities, to do like a master's or something overseas, or anything like that. Number 6, and arguably one of the most important ones, in my opinion, is the vibe check.
Oh, Chana, what are you saying the vibes are? Vibes good. Art's lit. Oh, mint.
Now, the vibe check is so important. Guys, you need to be doing your research on the vibes in the city that you're studying. Whether it's New York, whether it's Marabastad, it doesn't matter. You need to make sure that the vibes are correct for you, right? Because, you know, at the end of the day, you're studying, but it's also a big time where it's time for you guys to jolt and meet new people and just have crazy experiences. So I say check out the vibes. You know, for me personally, I realized that I kind of like the vibes that are in Cape Town, you know, because it's just I don't know, but it's just a vibe. Something just hits different, you know what I mean? So I knew that was a big part of what I wanted to do. And you gotta decide something like, oh, well, I want to stay really close to home, or do I want to be a bit far away from home? You know, I've been away from home for so long that I wanted to come back to SA to be a bit closer to home, and I didn't want to be too close. Like, I didn't want to study at UJ or in Pretoria because it's so close to home. You know, I still want my space, so that's why I think Cape Town was also good for me. And also, guys, check the meme accounts, okay? Check the meme accounts. Let me tell you guys, the memes about UJ, Jeds, don't play yourself and go to UJ. Just don't. You'll get chowed. Yes. Okay, I mean, I'm just speaking from what I see, but you know, I've never been on campus to any of the South African universities, if I'm really being honest. But there's a common theme, is that every single university meme page chats shit about UJ. Always. So clearly there's something wrong, you know what I mean? Clearly. So I knew for sure, you know what, there's no chance I'm going there. There's no chance. On top of that, as the reason I mentioned before, it's too close to home and everything like that. But gents, just don't play yourself. If you go to this university, you will be looking like a fool. Everybody from other universities are going to be chowing you. But that being said, if that is your dream university, guys, you just need to follow your heart. Don't care about what anybody else says. And if you wanted to go to UJ, you go to UJ and you do your business, you know what I mean? Don't let anything stop you. And 6th, arguably the most important one, is looking at your finances, guys. Finances. You know, if you aspire to study abroad, you need to look at the finances. It's freaking crazy what these prices are. You know what I mean? And you need to make sure that influences your decision. So let's say you've got Harvard, for example, as you reach university, and you realize like, oh snap, the freaking fees are crazy. Not saying that you shouldn't apply. I mean apply, but keep that in mind to say, you know what? Even if I get in, what's the realistic chances of me going there? Is it really going to be easy to get financial aid somehow? Now, with a lot of the top universities, if you're really doing banging, it's pretty easy to get like a scholarship, especially when it's like the Harvard and everything like that. But you really got to think about that, you know? If, for example, you know there's not really a big budget for you to spend on accommodation, maybe it's cheaper to study in a place close to home and just go to university. That way you save a bunch on accommodation and things like that, you know? And see if you qualify for all these financial aid schemes like NASFAS and everything like that, you know? Because trust me guys, you need to make sure that this education, yes, it's an investment in yourself, but you also want to make sure that it's not going to be a debt or a burden on you for such a long period of time. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. A lot of you might think I'm chatting shit because I haven't even been to university, but I mean, I've gone through all these processes and thinking about it, and I just thought that, you know, if someone laid it out for me this simply and this clearly, I think it would have been really beneficial. So hopefully a lot of you guys enjoyed it. I am deciding that I'm going to try and post every week on this YouTube channel. I know the last video, it did really well. It seems like a lot of you guys loved it. And I mean, until I get to campus, I can post a lot more videos like that because I've got so many ideas, but I obviously need to be in Cape Town for that. But I've got a bunch of ideas that I've written down, all ready to go. So I think from now on, I'm going to try to release a video every week, Friday. So yeah, I mean, let's hope I can be consistent because, you know, consistency is the key. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, sis. Are people even gonna listen to me, man? Like, at the end of the day, what do I know? Oh well, fuck it, lol.